Good morning, all of you. Today we are going to continue with this new chapter or new unit, we can say, of this GTO syllabus, that is GSM and GPRS. We have generally heard about this, but in detail we will see in this unit. Now, the topics to be covered in this unit are: first is the cellular network, second is multiple access techniques, third thing is GSM, then GPRS, then mobile IP, and then wireless broadband. So these are the topics that we are going to cover. First is the principles of cellular network, we can say. So normally cellular technology is what we can say. It is a mobile wireless communications and supports users in locations, that is the base of the cellular technology, in locations that are not easily served by the wired networks, we can say, right? So that is the cellular technology through which we can move anywhere in the world and communicate with other people, we can say. So this is what I want. So this is what आई एम टेलिंग अबाउट द सेल्यूलर टेक्नोलॉजी, इसके थ्रू हम लोग कहीं पे भी मूव कर सकते हैं. दैट इज़ द थिंग दैट एंड वी कैन कम्युनिकेट विद एनी अदर पर्सन. सो हियर द सेल्यूलर रेडियो इज़ अ टेक्निक दैट वाज डेवलप्ड टू इंक्रीज द कैपेसिटी available for mobile radio telephone service, we can say. It is an underlying technology for mobile phones, personal communication systems, wireless networking. So this particular technology is developed for the mobile radio telephone to replace the high power transmitter or the receiver systems, we can say, right? And this particular uses a low power and short range, and more transmitters for data transmission, we can say. So that is the thing that we are going to see in this cellular network, how the cellular network is working, that we will see here. Here the cellular radio is also there. That is also the technique that was developed to increase the capacity available for mobile radio telephone service, we can say. So it is an underlying technology for mobile phones, that is mobile phones, and also for the personal communication systems and wireless networking, etc. Now next, it divides any area into cells, we can say, into cells where a mobile unit is in. Each cell communicates with the base station. Main aim क्या है इसका? To increase the capacity of the channel, we can say. For example, to handle as many calls as possible in a given bandwidth with a sufficient level of a quality of service, we can say. Here we can see there are different cells, and each and every cells is containing one this symbol, that is for the base station or the network tower, we can say, right? So here the particular area is there, that is that is the division, that is the cell part that is given, that is having its own base station, we can say, for the communication, right? And for this is for what? That is for the sufficient level of quality of service, we can say. Now the cell structure is given here. The coverage area जो बोलते हैं जिसको, of the cellular networks divides into cells, each cell having its own antenna for transmitting the signals. Each cell has its own frequencies, though in reality these cells could be of any shape. For proper modeling purposes, these are modeled as hexagons, we can say, right? And hexagon cell shape is highly recommended for its easy coverage and calculations. It offers the following advantages: that provides the equidistant antennas, and distance from the center to the vertex equals the length of the side, we can say. So here the example is given here. Here we can see this particular cell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is given here. This is the particular area in which different cells are here. This is the different area, and this is the different area. Those the three parts are divided, and the hexagonal part is given, that is for the equidistant part, right? So here the each and every cell is having having the equal length from the center of the vertex, we can say center to the vertex equals the length of the side, we can say. So this is the particular part that we can see here. So this is all about the cell structure. Now we will see the frequency reuse, how it is done. So to serve the thousands or hundreds of thousands of users, we can say, a frequency must be reused. This is done through the cells, we can say. So the area to be covered and subdivided into the radio zones or cells, we can say, right? So here the different many of the users are there, so frequency can be reused, and this can be done through the cells. So here the area to be covered and subdivided into the radio zones or cells, we can say. The base station positioned at the center of the cell. सेंटर ऑफ द सेल में बेस स्टेशन बताया होगा, यहाँ पे जो सिंबल दिया हुआ है आपको ये बीच में, दैट इज़ अ बेस स्टेशन. एंड द डेटा कम्युनिकेशन इन द cellular networks served by its base station transmitter, receiver, or its control unit, we can say, right? So here the example is given here, we can see here, we can say. So this is particular part, this part is shown as a base station, and different symbols are there. This blue and blue are showing that these two are trying to communicate with each other. This R and R, that is showing that these two are communicating with each other. So these are the different cells through which the different people are trying to communicate with each other using some frequency, right? So frequency is reused again and again. So using the particular base station or the center of the cell, that is a base station, we can say. So here it is served by its base station, transmitter, receiver, and its control unit. Now when moving from one cell to another during some conversation, an automatic channel change occurs, right? So अपने आप ही मतलब channel change हो जाएगा. So that particular part is called as a handover, and handover maintains an active speech and data connection over the cell boundaries, we can say. The पर्टिकुलर मतलब एक सेल से दूसरे सेल में अगर कोई जा रहा है कन्वर्जेशन के टाइम पे, मतलब कन्वर्जेशन कंटिन्यूड है, तो उसमें ऑटोमेटिक चैनल चेंज ऑकर होगा, ठीक है ना. तो दैट पार्ट इज कॉल्ड द हैंड ओवर. एंड द रेगुलर रिपीटिशन ऑफ द फ्रीक्वेंसीज इन द सेल्स रिजल्ट्स इन अ क्लस्टरिंग ऑफ सेल्स, वी कैन से. द क्लस्टर्स जनरेटेड इन दिस वे कैन कंज्यूम द होल फ्रीक्वेंसी बैंड, ठीक है ना. सो रिपीटिशन जो भी होगा दैट रिजल्ट्स इन अ क्लस्टरिंग अगेन एंड अगेन व्हेन यू आर यूजिंग दिस frequency. So that is repeated again and again. So that part is called clustering of cells, and that can be consumed, that can consume the whole frequency band. So here the particular part that is given here, so each cell I receives a subset of frequencies FBI from the entire set assigned to the respective mobile network, we can say. To avoid any co-channel interference, two neighboring cells never use the same frequencies, ठीक है ना. फ्रिक्वेंसी सबकी अलग अलग होती है, इसके लिए को चैनल इंटरफेरेंस बीच में नहीं होता है. सो ओनली एट अ डिस्टेंस d known as the frequency reuse distance, the same frequency from the set of FBI can be reused. So here it is given. So distance d भी दिया हुआ है यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं हम लोग. this distance d is given, this distance d is given, this distance d is given. तो यहाँ पे जो 1 2 3 4 दिया हुआ है, दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट इज अ क्लस्टर, वी कैन से. एंड दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट इज अगेन एंड यूजिंग दिस इज इन द पर्टिकुलर डिस्टेंस d. सो हियर इट इज एबल टू यूज that repeat the frequency again, right? So here it can receive the subset of frequencies. So for the reuse part, so here it should be within this d, only at a distance of d that particularly frequency reuse can be done, ठीक है ना. and that FBI can be reused, we can say. Now the cells with the distance d from cell I, cells with the distance d from cell I, so here cell I मतलब कोई एक सेल इसमें से होगा 1 2 3 4 में से, can be assigned one or all the frequencies from the set FBI belonging to I. तो मतलब जो भी एफ के बिलोंग, मतलब इसमें जो भी जितना भी मतलब इसका बिलोंग कर रहा होगा, तो एफ में जितने भी फ्रिक्वेंसी जो भी होगा, तो ओवरऑल, सो दैट इज़ द पर्टिकुलर पार्ट दैट इज़ गिवन. तो एफ जो एस आई सेल को बिलोंग कर रहा है, उतना पार्ट फ्रिक्वेंसी का असाइन हो सकता है. द साइज ऑफ द क्लस्टर डिफाइंड बाय के, वी कैन से दिस साइन ऑफ द क्लस्टर. ठीक है, साइज ऑफ द क्लस्टर इज डिफाइंड बाय के एंड द नंबर ऑफ द सेल्स इन अ क्लस्टर, the number of cells in a cluster, we can say. So it also defines the frequency we use, distance d. The figure shows an example, the cluster size of 4. So here that 4 different cells are here. So k is what? The number of cells in the cluster. So number of cells here are 4, we can say. So that's why the size of the cluster, we can say that is what? 4, right? So here the cluster size of 4 is given, so that is shown here. So 1 2 3 4, that is the cluster. Now the multiple access techniques, now we are able to see here. So multiple access का मतलब क्या होता है कि many of the users are there that can be able to use the particular frequency or particular radio spectrum, we can say. So are used to allow many mobile users to share simultaneously a finite amount of radio spectrum, we can say. It allows the subscriber to send some information simultaneously from the mobile station to the base station, while receiving information from the base station to the mobile station. So here are the different ways to allow the access to the channel. So 4 different types of multiple access techniques are there. So one is the FDMA, that is a frequency division multiple access. Second is TDMA, that is time division multiple access. Third thing is CDMA, that is code division multiple access. And last one is SDMA, that is a space division multiple access. So here these are the 3 multiple access techniques that are used to share the available bandwidth in the wireless communication system. Depending on how the available bandwidth allocated to the users, we can say these techniques can be classified as narrowband and wideband systems. Now here the first thing is given as FDMA. So here the diagram is also given. So first of all we will see what is this particular part division for the multiple access. Here the frequency band is divided into small frequency channels, we can say, and different channels are allocated to different users. So multiple users can transmit at the same time but on different frequency channels. So one frequency block is used for downlink and other for uplink. So it is also it is called frequency division duplexing, we can say, because both part is done here, downlink and uplink. So example here it is given, that is the FM radio. So that is what here the allocated frequency pair is not used in the same cell, or we can say this adjacent cells during the call, so as to reduce the co-channel interference. So here the different frequencies are there, so that is divided, the small channels are there, different, so multiple users can be able to use that particular part. So allocated frequency pair is not used in the same cell or the adjacent cells during the call, so as to reduce the co-channel interference. So here the example features are there, that can carries only one phone circuit at a time. If FDMA is not in use, then it sits idle. अगर वो यूज़ में नहीं होगा तो आइडल होगा, ठीक है, and waiting for the particular channel to be complete, and then it will start, and it cannot be used by other users to increase the share capacity. So that is FDMA. And other thing, that is after the assignment of the voice channel, the base station and the mobile station transmit simultaneously and continuously. So here the bandwidths are generally narrow, so that is what we can say, it is usually implemented in narrow band system. The complexity is lower than that of TDMA mobile systems. TDMA, so here we can say that is more complex than the particular part FDMA that we have already seen. So here the specified time slots are given, right? So the particular user is allowed to transmit only in the specified time slots with the common frequency band. So multiple users can transmit at the same frequency band at the different times. So it needs the precise synchronization between the transmitter and receiver, we can say. And here it uses the different time slots for the transmission and receptions. Thus duplexes are not required. जैसे उसके अंदर अपलिंक और डाउनलिंक था FDMA में, इसमें वैसा कुछ भी नहीं है. टाइम स्लॉट्स अलग अलग है ट्रांसमिशन के लिए और रिसेप्शन के लिए. सो दैट्स वाई duplexers are not required, we can say. So it has an advantage that it is possible to allocate different numbers of time slots per frame to different users, we can say. So example here it is given, that is GSM, that we will see later in the detail, that is using this TDMA, that is a time division multiplus. So here this particular part is given, this time, right? So time that is given, so that is what, so time, this particular time is divided into different small slots, we can say, not in the part of frequency. So here now we will see code division. Now here we are doing the same time, we transmit at the same time using the same frequency band but using different codes, we can say. तो अलग अलग कोड्स भी प्रोवाइड किए होते हैं, ठीक है. टाइम भी सेम यूज़ कर सकते हैं, फ्रिक्वेंसी भी सेम यूज़ कर सकते हैं, बट डिफरेंट कोड्स आर प्रोवाइडेड, सो वी कैन डिकोड टू आइडेंटिफाई अ पर्टिकुलर यूज़र्स, राइट. सो अलग अलग कोड यूज़ किया हुआ है इसमें, अलग अलग कम्युनिकेशन हो रहा है तो अलग अलग कोड यूज़ करेंगे ताकि पर्टिकुलर यूज़र कौन सा है डिकोड करने के लिए, आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए हम लोग पता कर सकें. सो हियर द CDMA इज़ द पार्ट दैट यूजेज द स्प्रेड स्पेक्ट्रम टेक्निक, where each subscriber uses the whole system bandwidth. In CDMA all subscriber use the same frequency band simultaneously. So these technique is used in the various mobile communication systems. To separate the signals in this, each subscriber is assigned in a orthogonal code called chip, we can say. So here the particular part is given, that is what, that particular part is divided into different codes, not in a different time or different frequency, we can say. Here the space part is given. Now the different part of the space for multiplexing here we are using, right. So here that is used in the radio transmission and is also more useful in satellite communication to optimize the use of the radio spectrum using the directional properties of antennas. So here in SDMA the antennas are highly bidirectional, while allowing the duplicate frequencies used at the same time for multiple surface zones on Earth. So here it requires careful choice of zones for each transmitter and also requires precise antenna alignment. Now here the GSM part is given. Here we can see this GSM, the full form is what, the Global System for Mobile Communication. Okay, so that is the full form of this GSM, we can say. Now here this is the particular architecture that is given here. The first thing is the public land mobile networking is given, that is PLMN. Here that is the short form of this land mobile network. Then GSM or GSM, we can say, that is the administrative region. नेक्स्ट इज़ अ मोबाइल स्विचिंग सेंटर इज़ गिवन, ठीक है ना. कोई अलग एरिया में जाता है तो उसमें स्विचिंग पार्ट होता है, तो दैट इज़ अ मोबाइल स्विचिंग सेंटर, वी कैन से रीजन. लोकेशन एरिया, दैट इज़ LA. बेस स्टेशन कंट्रोलर, दैट इज़ BSC. सेल टू सेल communication, here it is given. Here also the base station controller is given here. Location area is also here. Base station controller is given here. Different areas are there that is connected with this base station controller, and the particular MSC region is also given here, that is here mobile switching center, we can say, that is also the part. So here you can see it consists of the minimum one administrative region assigned to one mobile switching center. Here we can see here one administrative region assigned to this one mobile switching center, right. So here an administrative region is commonly known as this, so PLMN, that is the public land mobile network, we can also say, right. तो GSM वाला जो पार्ट है उसको हम लोग दूसरा नाम ये भी दे सकते हैं. So here each administrative region is subdivided into one or many location areas. So one location area of one cell, many cell groups and each cell group is assigned to a base station controller, we can say. For each LA there will be at least one BSC. Here we can see for each LA, this is location area, हर एक लोकेशन एरिया के लिए क्या क्या दिया हुआ है, एक BSC अवेलेबल है, राइट. And each administrative region is subdivided into one or more location areas. Each administrative region is subdivided into one or more location areas, right? So that is the part that is given here. So here now next thing is what here it is given. So this is a diagram we can see here. So here the first of all the BTS, that is a transmission transceiver system, we can say. You know, the base station controller, mobile switching center. So different parts are given here. So what are the use of that parts that we will see in this. This is the particular architecture of the GSM, how this GSM is working. So one by one we are able to see this. Here the first of all we will see this a mobile station. A mobile station here we are able to see here anywhere. Here there this is not shown, that is mobile station. So here, so BSS is here. BSS is also not here. So here the particular, that is what we can see here. So that is what the mobile station communicates the information with the user and modifies it to the transmission protocols of the air interface to communicate with the base station subsystem, right? So that is BSS, we can say. The user information communicates with the MS, that is a mobile station. So here is the particular part that is through a microphone or speaker for the speech, and keyboard and display for the short messaging, and the cable connection for other data terminals, we can say. The mobile station has two elements. First is the this particular mobile equipment, and second thing is SIM, that is subscriber identity module, we can say. SIM जो हम लोग normally use करते हैं उसका full form क्या है, subscriber identity module. और ME, that is a mobile equipment, जो भी मोबाइल आप यूज़ कर रहे हो, right? So that is the thing. Here it is communicating with the mobile station, ठीक है ना. जो भी आप है तो माइक्रोफोन या स्पीकर के थ्रू आप स्पीच प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो, कीबोर्ड और डिस्प्ले के थ्रू आप मैसेज प्रोवाइड कर सकते हो, केबल कनेक्शन से अदर डेटा टर्मिनल्स का मतलब प्रोविजन कर सकते हो. सो हियर द पर्टिकुलर पार्ट इज गिवन हियर. तो different parts are given here. So we can see, so this particular part is a mobile, and this particular part is the same, that is a subscriber identity module, we can say. So here the different size is given here. तो नॉर्मली जो स्टार्टिंग में जो यूज़ करते थे दैट इज़ द स्टैंडर्ड साइज़, दैट इज़ 25x15 mm. फिर उसके बाद आया माइक्रो, दैट इज़ 15x12, नॉर्मली ये भी यूज़ होता है. और सबसे लास्ट में दैट इज़ अ नैनो पार्ट, उसका भी छोटा पार्ट आ गया, दैट इज़ अ 12.3x8.8, वी कैन से. So that part is already divided by the particular network and means network providers, we can say. सपोज वोडाफोन है तो वोडाफोन में अलग अलग ऐसे साइज़ ऑलरेडी अंदर इनबिल्ट होते हैं. जो भी साइज़ आपको मोबाइल के अंदर चाहिए हो तो वो चीज़ उसके अंदर ऑलरेडी होती है. स्टैंडर्ड भी होता है, माइक्रो भी होता है, नैनो भी होता है, राइट. सो दैट इज़ द पर्टिकुलर पार्ट नॉर्मली हम लोगों ने देखा होगा तो ये चीज़ दी होती है. तो डिविजन्स आर देयर. ऑन द बेस ऑफ दैट वी कैन बी एबल टू fix that particular SIM into our mobile through some different sizes. And now here the base transceiver system. So here the base transceiver system is given here, we can see here. Here the first part is given, that is a base मोबाइल स्टेशन यहाँ पे इसके ऊपर दिया हुआ है. सो इसके अंदर बेस ट्रांसीवर सिस्टम है, ठीक है. तो मोबाइल ट्रांसीवर सिस्टम क्या होता है इसके अंदर, दैट इज़ व्हाट ट्रांसीवर सिस्टम, दैट इज़ ट्रांसमिटिंग एंड रिसीव्स द यूजर्स डेटा, वी कैन से. A mobile is responsible for the user's data transmission and reception, and a base station is capable to handle the calls of several subscribers simultaneously. User transmission takes place between the mobile phone and the base station controller, we can say, through the transceiver system, ठीक है ना. तो मोबाइल फ़ोन और द बेस स्टेशन कंट्रोलर, ठीक है ना. तो दैट इज़ अ ट्रांसमिशन इन दोनों के थ्रू होता है, दैट इज़ डन थ्रू दिस बेस ट्रांसीवर सिस्टम. And the transceiver is a circuit which receives and transmits. It is also known as a base station, we can say. Now we will continue in the next lecture first. So with particular part this mobile switching center. ठीक है ना. Till then, thank you, and any doubt you can ask, ठीक है, with the comment section or WhatsApp or anything, or any call we can say. Now we will continue in the next lecture with this unit 3.